EA Sports. It's in the game.
So we've kind of talked about what the structure is for Season Showdown. One of the main key elements to earning extra credit is strategy, and Russ had a big hand in helping out determining what the strategy elements are. So Russ, you want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, one of the first ways we start with strategy is actually what we call our game planning menu. Going to be able to go in there and kind of set up how your AI is going to run if you want them to, go for a interception or swat the ball. Based on how you set your defense up or your offense up is going to provide you with those extra credit points. If you get the pick when you were going, told your guys to go for the pick, extra credit's coming your way. So when you first start the game up, the game planning menu is going to be there. A lot of the examples we have, one of our favorites is actually, what we call, break a big run or protect the ball. Like I said, it's truly a risk-reward system. So when you go in there and you choose to break a big run, you're going to break a few more tackles, but your fumble chance is going to be increased, which, is a very aggressive setting. And conversely, we have the conservative aspect of protect the ball, where you can go in there and you're not going to break nearly as many tackles, but your fumble chance is extremely low. On the defensive side, it works kind of the same way, where it's aggressive and it's conservative, which is strip ball versus wrap up tackle. And again, it's the same type of thing with same thing as the break tackle one. We go in there and we say, if you want to be a lot more conservative and you're tired of getting face mask penalties, you can go in and say, just wrap up tackle. And again, your tackle chance is going to be higher, but you're really not going to get any turnovers because you're trying to be nice and conservative.
And it's also great the ease of use of getting to this. It's in the play call screen. At any point you press that left trigger, it will come up, and you can set everything at that point. You can make everything globally if you want to. So you're at the end of the game, you're trying to preserve your victory. You don't want do anything stupid. Set everything globally to be conservative play. Conversely, if you want to go very aggressive, you need to get that ball back on defense. You can set everything globally to go for an aggressive style of play. Along with that too, defensive keys. You can say, I want to target a run to the right, a run to the left, a run up the middle, or a pass, or just spotlight an individual receiver. If you do that correctly and shut down the play, you're gonna earn extra credit just for doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a guessing game.
Yeah.
You can go in there, say especially when we're playing each other, it's like, okay, I know Ben wants to run to the short side of the field on third and short. Okay, I'm picking there. We're running right. My defense will slide over that way, and I've lost a couple games using it and won a couple games using it.
Yeah,
so.
It's total risk reward there. You guess wrong, you got a whole side of the field open for a big gain. But you guess right, you're gonna shut them down. So that's really nice. And finally, setup plays. Now this is where you can actually go in. There's plays in the play call screen. They're linked together. And you can see as you're running a play that's linked to another one and running it successfully, you're starting to set up that other play, getting it ready to go. And it'll tell you when it's 100% ready to go. Now this doesn't mean it'll be an automatic touchdown you run this play. It just means the defense has the highest likelihood of being faked out by that play. So if you're running a lot of dives, it's going to set up a play action pass. And so when you run that play action pass 100% set up, you have a good chance of having the defense get faked out by that. Run that successfully, more credits come your way.
Yeah, it's really neat, especially when you see, on the example you're talking about, especially dives, you'll actually see defensive linemen start pinching in. Mm-hmm. You'll see, safeties start walking up, and all of a sudden, run that play action, middle gets a little more open, get a little coverage one-on-one on the outside, and 2 touchdowns have happened.
It's not just running a running play to set up a play action. There are passing plays that will set up other passing plays and routes, and based on that, you can run a passing play to set up a screen pass. You can have runs that set up other runs. There's a definite variety of what it's not just running a dive to set up a play action. There's a lot of variety of what you can set up.
Actually, it works backwards too, right? So if you're a team that likes to set up the run by using the play action, because the idea is it's football, using the same look, running up in the same formations and running the same types of right off the initial snap. When you run that play action, okay, we're seeing play action, and then when you actually turn around and run the ball, they're still looking play action. So their first step is going to be back, which allows you get a couple extra yards up the middle.
Yeah, and you're going to find yourself running plays out of the same formation a lot more now. I definitely do that myself. You're not going to hop around from ace to I form to shotgun. You're going to want to stay in a consistent package and a consistent group to try and get these setup plays run more effectively. The other nice part too is you don't have a time limit that you need to run this play that's effectively 100% set up. You can wait and hold on to that play and use it when you need it. So it's not a situation where you set it up and then you've got 5 plays to run it. You can set it up in the first quarter and then run it in the third or fourth quarter if you need it.
Yeah, like one of the big examples, I'm a huge fan of coming out every single first down and I'm in ace or I'm in I form. Mm-hmm. And 90% of the time I'm running a dive or a stretch. which is nice. By the time I get to the third or fourth quarter, I've got a few, play action set up that all of a sudden, that first down is now a play action, which, it's come in handy.
In addition to the setup plays and defensive keys, your game planning does affect the number of credits you get for strategy. So there are a lot of different gameplay aspects that will factor into your strategy credits.